What is equity in a home? This is the Pablo Henrique channel. Like and subscription is not requested, it is conquered. Today we're gonna be answering that question that so many of you are asking, what is equity? And oh my goodness, this is so important for you to understand. You know why? When I bought my very first house it had $40,000 of equity. Guess what that means? That meant that I found a treasure chest filled with $40,000 of booty in it, and that's equity. We're gonna teach you what it is, how to leverage it, how to use it, how to grow it to get you on that way and path to financial freedom. What is equity? Alright, gonna draw you a picture here that I think you're gonna like. This, guess what it is? It's a house. Let me tell you something about this house. This house has a value of $100,000. But I moved into it 15 years ago and I've been paying my mortgage and the principals are getting paid down, and how after 15 years, I owe $75,000 on the house. So, it has a value today of $100,000. I owe $75,000, and if this is my meter, I have 0, 25%, 50%, 75%, 100%. Take a look at this. Right now, I have a gap of what I owe is $75,000 and what it's worth is $100,000. There's a gap right there of $25,000, it also has to be 25%. I've got a 25% equity position on this house. Now, let's say that I live in the house longer and I receive a little inheritance. I decide that I pay my house down to $30,000. How much equity do I have? Well, I owe $30,000. It's worth $100,000, so guess what? There's an equity position here of $70,000. Equity is the difference between what you owe and what it's worth. And that's also what you use to calculate your net worth. So for example, if all I own is this asset and nothing else, and someone said, well, what are you worth? Well, I don't know. My job, I make $40,000 a year. Cool. But what are you worth? Well, I'm worth $70,000. How do you arrive at that? Well, my house is worth $100,000. I owe $30,000 on it. I have $70,000 of equity. And that also translates in my net worth. So here's what this applies in real estate investing that I absolutely love. Let's say that we were treasure hunting in the market. Because this is the way I use the term equity in all my videos. And let's say that I found a home that I was able to purchase for $200,000, and let's say that it had a value of $300,000. If I can buy it for $200,000 and it's worth $300,000, how much equity is there? $100,000, okay? And, because the moment I buy it for $200,000, I'm worth that much more money. If I were to sell it in the market for $300,000, you know, other than some cost, some seller cost, there's roughly how much money that he would get? $100,000. So equity is not always usable until you do something like sell the asset, or I can go to my bank and say, I don't want to sell the house but I want to refinance it with a home equity line of credit. And the bank says, well, we'll give you a home equity line up to $240,000. So check it out. I owe $200,000. It's worth $300,000. They'll give me a checkbook or credit card linked to this that will allow me to go up to $240,000. So the difference between what I purchase it for, which is what I owe, and this line of credit of $240,000, there's a gap there of $40,000. That's $40,000 that I could use as a down payment on another house. I could use it to buy something different. I could use it to invest with. And when I use it, I will add my payment and it will decrease my equity. So equity is that amount that you have. And where I really utilize this is in treasure hunting, because, you know what, I don't really like to buy a house for $100,000 that's worth $100,000. You know why? Because I didn't walk in Tony Magic money when I do that transaction. That's how novices transact. They might be doing that because they see the cash flow. I look for two primary basics when I look at any deal. Number 1, what is its equity? Number 2, what is its cash flow? Now watch this video right here for you to learn how to make big money. Videos every day at 8 p.m. Watch this video right here. Thank you so much everyone for watching. My name is Pablo Henrique and I'll see you in the next video.